Hi, this is Dominic Cruz. Today I'd like to show you how to design a working makeup kit. You need a paper towel as a lining surface area. This will place all your clean implements on it. If we get started, let's go ahead and start by cleansing our hands. I've got a hand sanitizer from Krylon. This is called Cryosep. You spray this onto the palms of your hands, rub it through, and then wipe off any residue of the tissue. And this will clean off any germs from your hands. Your clients will appreciate it. This goes into your kit. If we get started, let's talk about your clients. Now, before you do any makeup on your clients, you want to make sure you protect their garments. I carry a white cape in my kit. It's white because basically when you're working on clients, depending on what they're wearing, they often come in with dark clothes or blues or greens or better yet yellow. And those colors will impart color onto their face and makes it very hard for you to read their skin tone. So to make sure that you're reading the right skin tone, just applying the white cape on top of your clients on their face will basically neutralize any colors around their face. I keep two of them in my kit just in case one gets soiled. And the hair clips are handy for like bangs, keep the hair out of the face. I keep 3 in my kit. Once your clients is properly tough, you can start the cleansing process. So cleansers. Hydro oil is one of my favorite cleansers because it basically addresses all skin types. And I've had problems using water-based cleansers, leaving the skin very, very dry. A lot of times when you're working on your high-res cameras or if you're working on any type of photo shoot where there's a lot of close-up shots, if there's any dryness on the skin, your makeup is compromised. And so to prevent no guesswork in your part, you just apply the cleanser, hydro oil first, and this will ensure that the skin is nice and smooth. Eye makeup remover. This is another Krylon product, and this you shake up, and this will dissolve any residue of mascara, eyeliner. If you're using for mascara, you want to use just a baby wipe. Apply it to the baby wipe, hold it down for a few seconds, it'll dissolve, wipe off, and then for the liner, use the Q-tip. Once you've cleansed the face off, there's first steps in prepping your face. The next step is moisturizing. I always carry 3 components with me in my kit. A moisturizer for the face. This is an emulsified cream, and this is basically for all skin types. I put this on with a foundation brush. I'll show you in a few minutes. It goes on the face. And then I put an eye cream under the eyes. Now, because they're 2 different eye moisturizers, one's a little heavier, one's a little lighter. The face itself has thicker skin. Under the eyes is thinner skin, so you want to go lighter on the moisturizing for the eyes. We often forget to put moisturizers on the lips, and so I always keep a lip balm in my kit. This is a shea-based lip balm that Krylon sells. It's called Lip Care. Part in your makeup application. When you're doing makeup, you want to make sure that the skin is properly cleansed, moisturized, and then to make sure the skin is perfect for any type of makeup application, and for whether it be photo shoots or fashion shows, you want to make sure you prime. There are 2 primers that I have here. The first primer basically is called Ultra Underbase. This is a water-based product, and this can actually take a place should you have a client that has oily skin that wants a water-based moisturizer. You can substitute the cream for the Ultra Underbase as a moisturizer. Once you moisturize and you prime, you probably want to think about make sure that the skin is perfectly smooth. This is an excellent primer in itself as a moisturizer too, but a lot of times we're faced with a lot of fine lines that we can't deal with on camera, so we want to make sure we soften those fine lines. So the next product I have is basically a micro primer, and this is a silicone-based product. This goes on top of your moisturizer, and this will actually smooth out any fine lines, any dry spots, and it leaves the skin really, really smooth. You can see it on the spot when you put it on. It's one of those things you must have in your kit. It's a must-have. Okay, move this back. Let's go on to the other items. These 3 play a big part in your makeup. This is actually 50% of your time before makeup goes on. To cleanse, moisturize, prime. Getting back to sanitation, I always keep a palette and a spatula on hand. This palette plays a big part in applying your makeup. This prevents you from cross-contaminating your products, especially the creams. So taking concealer, you scoop it off with your spatula onto the palette onto your client. You never want to double dip. This will shorten the shelf life of your product, but also will compromise its performance levels. So let's keep that on hand. Let's go into our brushes. Starting from the application terms, we'll have our foundation brush first to apply our moisturizers and primers, then our foundations, and then we set our foundation, then we dust it off with our powder brush. Then we go into our concealers for close on the eye areas, and we're working on small problem areas. And then we have, should actually go over here. Then we have our brow and lash brush. This will groom the brows, dust off any powder from the setting powder. Our angle brush, one of my favorite brushes to create perfect brows. It's a nice firm angle brush. And then we have two shadow brushes, a highlight filbert brush, and then we have a shorter filbert brush for the crease over accent colors. Our blending brushes, we have a crease brush, then we have a dome. The crease brush actually smooths out any surface area, blending all those areas between the lid and the crease line. The dome concentrates the colors around those areas for more depth. Then three of my favorite brushes. These are called short filbert brushes, and they are basically good for smoking out the eyes. They're filbert just like the foundation brush, but shorter, tight tips. Excellent for smoking out the eyes. They come in three sizes. And then of course a fan brush for any fallouts when you're doing your makeup. Then we have our blush and contour brush, our blush brush, our smoothing brush for buffing the face. Then we have our lip and our liner brush. So we have our foundation, concealer, powder, brow and lash, angle brush, shadow brush, blending brushes both in the crease brush and our dome, our short filbert brushes in three sizes, our fan brush, contour brush, blush brush, buffing or smoothing brush, our lip brush, and our liner brush. To maintain these brushes, you want to make sure you carry brush cleaner with you. These brush cleaners actually in a spray bottle, like so. You just want to spray your brushes and then wipe. Because it's alcohol based, it will sanitize your brushes but also dry very quickly, so you can use them again. I keep a spray bottle and a refill size in my kit at all times, should I need more. You never want to leave home with either one. Let's go into the application. So we're going to go into the concealer. Now the concealer wheel, this is one of my favorite wheels. I can do anybody's skin tone because it has basically my light, my beige, my yellow, my deep, my warm, my cool. I can go from the lightest of skin tones to the darkest. I can customize my colors based on my client's needs. Now, when you apply this directly on the skin, it's full pigment. It's part of our Dermacolor camouflage system. Now, if you want to go thinner, like a liquid, and you don't want to go too heavy on your clients, you can use what's called makeup blend, and this will actually thin out your cream to work like a liquid on the face, giving more natural, lighter finish. We have our sponges to set your powder with. These are wedges. Okay, wedges. And then we have our pencils. I have two sets of pencils. I have the shading pencils for the eyes in black, brown, charcoal, beige, and white. In the lips I have a natural, I have a cranberry, I have a pink, I have a warm pencil, and I have a red. Orange wood stick, excellent for applying lashes with. Of course, my lash curler. I like the Shurimore's lash curler. Now, it's hard to find Shurimore because Shurimore's left the US. You can actually order this online, but they don't sell it in stores anymore. So if you find them, get one. They're excellent for curling your lashes. I always carry cuticle scissors. These have a little slight turn to it. They're great for trimming lashes, false lashes. Duo is one of the best, I think, in terms of lash glue. This is a clear one. It comes in dark. Now the clear one's very forgiving. The dark one you have to really know your lines very well. So if you're not sure about your lines, stay with clear. Pencil sharpener in dual sizes. We have small and large. The metal, you can't, unless you lose it, but it's quite destructible. You can step on it, it won't break. This is tweezers for any strays on the brow area. As far as blushers, I keep my cream blushers in these stackables. I have my warm and my cool. I apply this with my foundation to get a soft cheekbones for those real natural looks. I also keep a cup. This is a nail cup for artificial nails. This is great for your concealer brushes when you're working with concealers, because when the brush gets really saturated, spraying with a brush cleaner is not enough. You need to dip it in there and swirl it to clean it up really well. Keep that in my kit. I also keep a dry sanitizer, and this you have to really look, it's hard to find. This is Steri-Dry Fumigant, and this basically fumigates your kit, sanitizing your whole kit. It's great to have in your kit. Then we have a disposable Q-tips with a little tray in it. You find this at Walgreens. It's very handy to have. It's small. It holds probably about 24 Q-tips. And we have our lip gloss in a wheel. You want to think about compressed kits. You want small items. You don't want it too big. This just gives you the clear in the middle. You have a rose, pink, red, gold, and a raisin color. Excellent wheel. Good wheel. Glosses. Then we have our cake liner from Krylon and Cell Seal. Now you can use water with this. We can use Cell Seal to basically make it smudge proof. When you're setting your makeup, I always carry powders in different forms. I have this is from Japanesque. It carries my high definition powders on top and the beige and the warm. My colorless anti-shine powder in the middle, and I have my Dermacolor waterproof powders in the bottom in both a warm and a beige. I also carry disposable mascara wands. Now I've taken the wands out of their original packaging. They normally come like this, because I want to keep it in a Ziploc container. I flip the brushes around so the handles face up, so I don't touch the brushes. Think sanitation, so make sure you keep your Ziploc on. You can find these in any packaging store. Of course, your mascara wand. Mascara. We have a thing called Lip Fix by Krylon, and this actually seals in your lip colors. Now, it won't seal lip gloss, it will seal lip colors. This is a lacquer that goes on top for prolonging the wear of your lip colors. Let's talk about palettes. Now, I have the V3, this is called the Variety Palettes, and this is excellent when you're doing your shading palette for contouring the eyes. And then we have the Brights for those bold colors, accent colors. And then I have lip color palette, and this gives you 18 colors to your choice. You can have from light to dark, warm to cool. And then I have what's called a Glamour Glow palette for bronzing effects on the face, for the added bit of sheen to really accentuate your contouring. And then I also carry a powder blusher. Now the powder blusher only comes in a larger 15 color palette, which is quite large, but it gives you quite a range of tones from the cool, light to dark, warm to cool. Oops. Okay. Our sponges can go right in here perfectly. Pull up our paper towel to line our surface area, and then very carefully close. And you've got your makeup kit ready to go.